No matter how many books you read or how many degrees you have, you cannot read experience. Let's chop it up. Hey guys, welcome to the hashtag GetRealWoke podcast. I'm your host, Frederick D. Scott. I'm a private equity investor, business consultant, philanthropist, author, and contributing writer for Entrepreneur Magazine. I'm also a business mentor for the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator, Generator, Stand Up Venture Labs powered by MIT Solve, the Bronze Valley Accelerator, and Defy Ventures. I have over 15 years of experience in the finance industry, and I used to own an investment banking and advisory firm. Currently, I hold designations as a financial modeling and valuation analyst, capital markets and securities analyst, commercial banking and credit analyst, and I also hold a diploma in Islamic finance. And today is hashtag for the free Friday. This is the time during the week where I come on and I teach you all the things that I think you need to know relative to business and personal, financial, and business development matters in a step-by-step, easy to understand format so you can understand it, apply it, and use it to help you grow and scale in your journey to achieving the things that you want to achieve. Now, listen, before we get into today's topic, I need everybody to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, leave me a comment at the bottom of this episode to let me know what you think. And yo, if you haven't already, I'm going to definitely need you to hit that join button if you're on an Android phone. And if you're on an iPhone, I need you to hit the link in the description or the link that's going to be pinned to the comments of this episode so you can join the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community and be eligible to participate in the hashtag Learn to Earn Cash giveaway, where I give away a minimum of $1,000 every month live right here on the hashtag Get Real Woke podcast. All right, y'all, let's get into it today. So we're going to continue our discussion on investment risk profiling. And today's topic is investing experience. And as I said in the beginning of this podcast episode, you cannot read experience. So what exactly is investing experience? Investing experience is an investor's mastery of financial topics and skills obtained through action, behavior, or participation in financial and or investment activities. So in short, investment experience is the experience you gain from actually making investments. And the interesting thing about that is that there is a definite relationship between risk taking and experience. What we tend to find is that people that have investing experience generally trade securities on a frequent or semi-frequent basis. They purchase and hold investments up to and including real estate, and they save money more aggressively, right? So that's very important to understand because, see, when experience breeds, what I like to say is that experience breeds caution. See, when you are a new investor and you don't have any investing experience, even if you've done a lot of reading, even if you've done a lot of studying, et cetera, if you don't have any experience, right, what tends to happen is you're much easier taken advantage of because you can't really separate the fact from the fiction in real time. And what do I mean by that, right? So you may have read a lot of things and you might be reading newspaper articles and you're hearing that, Bitcoin is going through the roof, and people have made millions upon billions of dollars. And you always read stories about them regular people that are just like you know what I mean, who have become very wealthy through cryptocurrency investments, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, etc., etc. But and you think you have the idea that, man, I'm gonna do it too. And so incomes, you're on social media, you're, scrolling through your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, and you're hearing all these people talking about how, you can invest in cryptocurrency with them. And if you invest in cryptocurrency with them, you're going to make all this money and all of that. And a lot of them, they use the gimmick of showing you cars, oftentimes that they've leased for the day to take pictures with, showing you houses, jewelry, all of which they borrow for the purpose of a photo shoot, right? And they pay money to rent it to get you to induce you into investing with them. And because you don't have any investing experience, you really believe that through them, you're going to be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve financially, and you're going to be able to do it quickly, because a lot of them always promise you that you're going to be able to do it quickly, 90 days, 6 months, a year, etc., etc. And so, of course, you've been reading, you've been studying, you see that cryptocurrency is a really hot topic right now. You're reading about these people that are just like you, who are out there, who have made a lot of money. And you're like, well, this person looks like they've done it too, so I want to emulate my lifestyle after them, and I want to follow them, so I'm going to invest my money with them. And then boom, something happens. You lose all your money in cryptocurrency, or they just run away with your money altogether. Now you mad, now you hurt, now you upset, now you want to do them some harm. Well, guess what? Congratulations. You just got your first investing experience. See, investing experience is what comes from the trial and error. Investing experience is what comes from, doing things right and doing things incorrectly. And it's through the lessons that you learn and apply from the mistakes you make in your investing journey that makes you smarter in real time, smarter in real life. And that's what prevents you from making the same mistakes again. It's what makes you smarter. It's what makes you able to identify certain things when a person is talking to you that just make no sense. For example, if someone comes to you and says, hey, man, if you lend me $10,000 right now, if you put $10,000 with me, man, in 30 days, I'm going to give you 20% back. A new investor, may like the sound of that and give that person $10,000 and then never see that money again. Well, when you really look at it, right, and we just going to do some nice little math here, if they can give you 20% in 30 days, that means that if you kept reinvesting the money with them over a year, right, you would see a 240% rate of return. And that's just impossible. Like, nobody does that. Like, the smartest people on Wall Street can't do 240% in a year on a consistent basis, or hardly ever. Like, it's just not happening. But if you're a new investor and you don't have investing experience, you may actually believe that that's really, really possible, and you get taken advantage of. But then you learn a lesson, right? So you learn that, things that sound too good to be true often are. And let me drive that again. Let me say that again. Oftentimes, if something sounds too good to be true, majority of the time it is because it is too good to be true. It's not possible, right? So investing experience gives you that. And I told you guys the story last week in my hashtag for the Free Friday episode of when I lost $25,000, and I had a large law firm representing me and everything. But because I didn't have experience in that area, right, I was able to be taken advantage of because I didn't have sufficient knowledge. Now, being taken advantage of forced me to learn some things to ensure that that never happened again. And that's a key takeaway. Like, people always talk about how they were taken advantage of, and how upset they are and how angry they are. But at the end of the day, right, always remember that with each situation that happens to you negatively, there is a lesson to be learned. And if you look for the lesson and you apply the lesson and you grow from it, you'll be less likely to be taken advantage of again in the future. And don't let the fear of failure, the fear of making a mistake cause you to not invest. What I find a lot in our community is that a lot of us don't invest in stocks, don't invest in really anything because we're afraid of the market. We look at it like a casino, we look at it like gambling. It's not gambling. Now, are there a lot of people that do gamble on the stock market, gamble on the bond market, gamble on cryptocurrency? Absolutely. But the difference between an investor and a speculator is very clear. So let me tell you what speculating is. Speculating is throwing proverbial shit against the wall to see what sticks, trying a whole bunch of different things that you have not done sufficient enough research on, don't have enough knowledge on to be investing in, but you're jumping on it because it's a trending topic. It's a hot topic. Everybody's talking about it. So you run and you go jump on that thing thinking, you know what I mean, that you're going to, get your bag up real quick. But the problem with that is, and see, and that's speculating. You're a speculator when you do that. But when you are an investor, you take what we call calculated risk. There is no guarantee in any type of investment you make. And past performance is not always indicative of future gains. So just because a company or a person or a stock or a cryptocurrency did something yesterday doesn't mean that it's going to do the same thing today. And it doesn't mean it's going to do the same thing tomorrow. And what you have to be focused on is not so much what happened yesterday, because yesterday's over, but what you believe can happen tomorrow. And while historicals or what happened yesterday can sometimes be a good indication of what can potentially happen tomorrow, you still have to do your research. You have to understand it. You have to gain the knowledge. You have to have some experience or be talking to someone credible that is trustworthy, that you have checked out and verified is credible, right? That has sufficient education and knowledge and experience in, investing in this thing to advise you on that investment. So that way you can make a sound decision for yourself. That is so very, 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 very important. But understand that it is the lessons that we learn and apply from failure that help us succeed. And don't let the fear of loss cause you to not become someone that takes time to invest, gain the experience. With that in mind, I do want to say this though. When you are learning, right? When you are gaining that investment experience, especially as a new investor, you don't risk any money that you cannot afford to lose. Let me say that again to you. You don't risk any money that you can't afford to lose because you're still learning, you're gaining experience. And with that, you got to understand that you are not going to be an expert day one. You are going to make mistakes. For example, right? Let's say that the market turns horribly and stocks hit the ground. And you decide, because you heard somewhere buy low and sell high, you decide that you're going to buy the stock. And then you look at it a week or two later, and the stock has dropped even lower because you have not developed the grit, the iron stomach, the discipline, the will to be able to withstand a market downturn. You may sell that stock or that bond or that cryptocurrency at a loss because you are afraid that you're going to lose all of your money. So better I get whatever I can out now as opposed to losing everything, whereby when you've done the research and you have the experience, you understand that markets are cyclical and everything that goes up must come down. But in the markets, a lot of times what goes down often goes up if it's a quality investment, which again comes down to research, right? So, you've probably seen in Bitcoin where it's very volatile. And what does that mean? The price is up, the price is down, the price is up, the price is down. But historically, the price over time has grown substantially. So even if it's a temporary down, it may make more sense to buy more and wait it out because you have a reasonable belief that it's going to go up again and you're going to be what we call in the money. You're going to be in the profit. Your assets will have grown, your bag will have grown, right? But if you don't have investing experience, it's hard to be able to have that level of discipline, that level of grit, that iron stomach that you need to be able to ride out a bad situation to get back to the good. Listen, let me tell you like this. There can be no success without failure. There is no joy without pain, right? And oftentimes, and if you've ever heard the term growing pains is a really interesting statement and a really interesting term. And the reason why that is because, like when you are going through your growing pains and all of that, when a baby grows, they usually grow in their sleep. And the reason why is because those bones are growing and it hurts when bones grow. That's why sometimes, if you remember when you were a child, you wake up and sometimes your joints would hurt, your ankles would hurt, your knees would hurt. That's because you've grown some, right? You've gotten taller, you've gotten a little bit bigger. And so because of that growth hurts a little bit. Investing experience is very much a growing thing, and you don't grow without a little bit of pain. And that's why it's important until you are comfortable, confident, and you have sufficient investing experience that you don't risk more than you can afford to lose. And it's the same way. Think about it like this. All right, look, check this out. I'm gonna liken it to you like this. You ever had a friend ask you if they could borrow $1,000 from you, or $100 from you, or $500 from you, or whatever, and they tell you they're going to pay you back in a week and then they don't? You ever had that before? And you ever been in a situation where, you loan that money out and put you in a very bad situation because they ain't pay that money back when they were supposed to. And so now you got to figure out how you going to pay your bills, how you going to put food in your refrigerator, how you going to take care of the things you need to take care of, because you lend that money out, right? So in the same way that you don't lend money and when that happened, right, you learned a lesson. Chances are you ain't lend them no money no more. But another lesson that you probably learned is I probably shouldn't be lending out more than I can afford to give away, right? Because as I've told you before, money says like this: when you give me away, don't cry for me later. And that's real. That's very, very real, right? So you got to always think about it like this. I don't want to lose more than I can afford to lose, so I better not loan out more than I can afford to lose. And in the same token, I better not invest more than I can afford to lose until I have more experience and I'm more comfortable with what I'm doing, so I feel more solid in the types of investments that I'm making. Listen, investing is a journey. It's a long-term journey. And with each investment you make, with the time that passes, with the things you learn, you grow more investing experience. You get more comfortable, you get more confident, and more importantly, you gain more real-world knowledge. Reading someone else's experience in a book, that may not apply to you. Their experiences may not be yours. You're two totally different people. Know what I mean? You're two totally different people. So what worked for them may not work for you. The obstacles that they face, you may never face those obstacles. So while you can glean from everybody else's experiences, or you can glean from everybody else's experience, especially their failures. But at the end of the day, it's not until you get your own experience and you go through your own things that they become real-time applicable to you. And you grow the most from your own personal experiences than you do from anybody else's. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you in a sense is, go get investing experience, but don't risk more than you can afford to lose while you're on that journey getting it. I can assure you of this: as long as you keep a long-term view towards your investing and you don't give up. Think about it like this, okay? It's like a baby, right? All right. So check this out. When a baby first learns to crawl, it's interesting, right? And each step that they learn with crawling, standing, walking, running, they never give up. Yeah, they fall a lot. Yeah, it hurts a lot. Yeah, they cry a lot. Yeah, they get frustrated a lot, but they never give up. And with each time that they try, each setback that they experience from not being able to do it successfully, they learn more. They get more confidence. And eventually they're crawling, they're walking, they're running. And with time, they get better and better and better and better at it. And where they were falling at one point in time, they're no longer falling anymore because they have a mastery of the concept of crawling, walking, and running. Investment experience is very much the same way. You got to crawl before you walk before you run. That is just how it works. And there are going to be setbacks. There are going to be heartaches. It's going to be the case. I had them, and I don't know any investor that's successful today that can tell you that they got successful and gained the experience without making mistakes, without losing money, without having setbacks, all of that. Listen, like, none of us are born perfect. None of us. And anybody that tells you they perfect, hey man, they a damn lie. Point blank, period. So again, let me stress it again. While you going through this journey, right? While you gaining that experience, that confidence to be able to run confidently and not fall anymore, don't risk more than you can afford to lose, because you're going to lose some in the journey. But if you keep investing, you keep gaining the experience, you keep gaining the knowledge, you become a student of knowledge, you continue to take the journey, you look long term. When you are at the end of your time horizon, your asset base will be a lot stronger now. It'll be a lot stronger then than it is now. And I can assure you of that. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I ain't speaking from something I read. I ain't speaking from nothing I heard. I'm telling you from personal experience. If you just keep going, put one foot in front of the other, and learning and applying the lessons that you gained from failure, you will find the success that you are looking for. It may not come in the time frame you want it to come in, but I can assure you it's going to happen for you. Just keep moving. All right? So listen, I knew this podcast episode wasn't going to be that long because, I mean, it's only so much you can say about investing experience, right? It kind of is what it is, and it speaks for itself. But I most definitely wanted to touch on that a little bit. I most definitely wanted to give you a little insight on that, you know what I mean? And help y'all understand it a little bit better, okay? Hopefully that y'all learn something from this episode, you grow from this episode, and you take the things that I said, apply them to your life, and they help you on your journey to achieving the things you want to achieve in your personal and professional life, all right? So with that said, yo, listen, if you like the content that I'm dropping, if you like the game that I'm putting down for y'all, hashtag for the free, I most definitely need you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, leave me a comment at the bottom of this episode to definitely let me know what you think, and support this podcast if you haven't already. Most definitely support this podcast by hitting that join button if you're on an Android phone, and hitting the link in the description or the link pinned to the comments at the bottom of this episode if you on an iPhone, so you can join the hashtag GetRealWoke live chat community and be eligible to participate in the hashtag Learn to Earn Cash giveaway, where I give away a minimum of $1,000 every single month live right here on the hashtag GetRealWoke podcast. And hey, listen, one thing, right? Hey, man, even if you saying, hey man, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I love the content. I like getting it for free, but I ain't really willing to support him with your real world live chat community. Man, it's free to hit the like button. It's free to hit that subscribe button. It's free to hit that bell notification. It's free to leave a comment. But at the end of the day, you got to think about it like this, right? Joining that hashtag GetRealWoke live chat community is self-preservation for you. It's put you in a position to potentially win $1,000. And who don't need $1,000 today? Hashtag make it make sense. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Of course, y'all know I got the hashtag for the free resources jumping. So that's going to definitely be in the cards posted at the top right here in the corner. That's going to be there for you. You know what I mean? So definitely hit those, check those out. I got those credit repair letters that you need. I got a budgeting workbook that you need. You know what I mean? Go with the credit mastery series. Go with the budgeting and saving tips that I put out for y'all. Hashtag for the free. So y'all definitely go check those things out too. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all. That y'all let me talk to y'all, that y'all spend a little time with me, that y'all be willing to learn from me and all of that. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for those that support me. I mean, we at 2,630 something subscribers, and that's because of y'all. So continue to share this content with anybody that you know that can benefit, because the more eyes we get on this content, the more people will be able to benefit, learn, grow, and achieve the things they want to achieve. All right? So until the next hashtag for the free Friday, I'm out.